a member of a business networking group, and we meet weekly. Now, one of the things that we do each week is we share either a client we're looking for, something that we're looking for that's going to help us with our business. So this week, as I was preparing, I was thinking about what did I want to talk about. On occasion, I share a tip or a perspective, really intending to be helpful to the group and to really anyone else they may encounter. This week, I talked about what I called the myth of having enough time. The reason that I was talking about this is that we are just about in the middle of Q1. And it is so easy for us when we set goals or we put down results that we're looking for, that if we're not making the progress that we imagined early on in the year, we will say to ourselves, oh, I've still got time. What I find happens frequently to people and has happened to me is I continue with that refrain, I've got time, I can make up for what I didn't get done yet, until I get towards the end of the year and then find I can't make up the time. To accomplish this, whatever it is, I really needed to be fairly focused from the beginning of the year. So I refer to this as the myth of having enough time. The next person that spoke is our estate planning attorney. She played off from my myth of enough time to tell a story about someone who recently called her wanting to get an estate put in place, and yet they called too late. And then the implications of that. So really that idea that if we want to ensure that our family is well taken care of and that things are as easy for them as possible, an estate plan is really important. Next, there was an insurance agent who really talked about the idea that insurance is preventative, it's risk management, and it must be in place before the whatever negative things occur. And if we are not diligent to ensure that we have the correct amount of insurance, the right type of insurance, and all of the T's crossed and I's dotted, when we come upon that event, we may or may not have coverage from our insurance. And in that case, we have no time. We have about 20 members in our group, and it went around and multiple people took what they did for a living and they addressed how that idea, the myth of I have plenty of time, applied in their domain, their area of expertise. As I was driving home, I was really thinking about, wow, okay, I had thought about it from a perspective of goals. That's largely what I do and what I talk about. And yet, when I really started thinking about it, after hearing all of my other colleagues talk about it, there is definitely a myth of I have plenty of time, and it's really a myth. We don't know how much time we have. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And sometimes it isn't that bad things are going to happen. It could be a tremendous opportunity. Putting off on, I can do that tomorrow, I can get caught up later, those are really traps it's easy to fall into. And occasionally that is the truth, and we really can't get to it that day. And yet, it can be very easy to defer tasks to when we have time for it. They can be tasks such as a relationship, working on really a key goal, our estate plan, making sure our insurance is adequate, taking that course so that we can progress either in our business or in our career. So the question that I want to leave you with today, for a little bit of thought, is what in your life are you treating with the, there's lots of time. I have time to do that. I can catch up. I can do it later. I don't have time now. And if the time evaporates, how big of an issue will it be if we have not taken care of some of these things? Beware of the myth of I have plenty of time, and be intentional and pay attention to the things in our lives that are most important, that really requires our time and attention in the now to ensure us for the future.